I'm Jenny Keller. I'm the Special Education Supervisor with the Brown County Educational Service Center. I am from Brown County, lived in Brown County most of my life. So on the day to day, I really just supervise. We have several, about 60, I supervise about 60, little over 60 employees that are placed in Brown County schools. So para-educators, paraprofessionals. Um, I supervise mostly paraprofessionals, and they work with students with special needs primarily. And so they're placed in the different Brown County schools. And I also supervise some of the Brown County teachers or teachers that are placed in the Brown County cross-categorical classrooms. My career started after high school at Northern Kentucky University, where I obtained my bachelor's degree in education. And so from there, I was hired to be a middle school language arts teacher. I did that for about 8 years. About the last couple of years, I spent some time working on my master's degree through the University of Dayton in educational leadership. And when I completed that, I knew I wanted to be an administrator somewhere. So I put out my feelers and started filling out applications and sending resumes. And I ended up in Claremont County at an elementary school where I was elementary principal for 15 years. During my time there, I spent quite a bit of time as what I would call the district rep for special education. So I was very involved in special education meetings and making decisions to help provide for students with special needs. And so when I got to the point where I thought I'm ready for something new and exciting, this job opened up at the Brown County ESC, and I felt like I had enough experience with special education and leadership to go for it. And so it's been a really good fit. So I wasn't an intervention specialist as a teacher, but as in my leadership experience, I spent a lot of time working with teachers and trying to understand how to support students with their needs. And every year as an administrator, there were more and more students who needed very specific kinds of support. And I really enjoyed um, problem solving for those students and working with teachers to try to identify, what kind of supports to put in place. It was a lot of on the job training, and it just really led me um, into this kind of pathway of wanting to continue to figure out how to help students with special needs. There are lots of opportunities now that weren't available when I got started in education. So, some of the career tech centers have programs that give you the opportunity to work in a preschool or to work in some sort of educational program um, with post-secondary or credit, what do they call it now? College credit plus classes. Students can, and actually my daughter did this. They can work on their associate's degree while they're in high school, and it's always important to make sure that the classes that you're taking will transfer if you have college in mind. And we did that with my daughter. So when she graduated from high school, she had taken a lot of classes that would help her toward her education pathway. If you are somebody who needs to work while you're going to school, there are lots of opportunities now. We currently at the ESC, we employ some of our paraeducators um, in the schools while they're working. They are also working on an education pathway to become a teacher. So they had to have their associate's degree or equivalent teacher apprenticeship program. And so those paraeducators are in the classrooms getting paid to be an aide or a paraeducator, and they're also working with a college and getting their observation experience, as well as completing lessons as you would be required to do if you were in the education program at any typical in any typical education program. So while they're on the job, they are also checking off the things to become a teacher. And so at the end of their year and a half or 2 years, they will be able to obtain their teaching license. If you love working with kids and you want a career that makes it possible to have a family and enjoy time outside of work, it's an awesome career.